Hey, what's up? We're going to talk about the fastest path to cash in 2020. So, this is going to be simplified, and people might be like, what the fuck? Obviously, but it's actually really, really cool. So, the fastest path to cash in 2020. I'm broken it down into two very simple concepts. One is products. Number two is traffic. That's it. Now we're at a very good time, for online stuff. It's probably going to become very saturated soon. Like if you see Shopify courses and, drop shipping and really education and stuff like that, and social media marketing, it's all kind of saturated. There's tons of fucking people pitching these courses and ideas. But the truth is that it's just become very easy to sell things online. People are still buying things online. So you just have to get creative with it and create your own kind of blue ocean for your fastest path to cash in 2020. So, products, right? It's gonna get a little hippy dippy, but you really do have to have at least one product where you make a huge ROI if you want to be successful in business nowadays. A $2,000 product, $5,000 product. It doesn't have to be the main thing that you sell, but you have to have it, because say you get, $127 sales, right? So that's $2,700. But then you probably spend, maybe $1,000, maybe $500 to get those sales. But then they're in your CRM, they're in your customer relationship management, and then you can control the traffic to your products, and you can pitch them the $2,000 product. And if you just have one person buy your $2,000 product, then you're in the green, you're profiting, and that's how you can scale massively. So, like I said, we're in a good place for selling online products because it's never been easier. You can set up a WooCommerce or a fucking Wix or anything, and you can sell it right away. Now, people seem to think that the traffic part is hard, but that's not hard anymore either. You can do SEO and start generating traffic, within 2 months without spending any money, by just buckling down, writing good articles, and being relevant to your customer base to generate the traffic. Now, it's just like if you have a very cool product on a busy street corner, you're gonna sell it. I think people might have a block in their mind that people aren't gonna buy, but if I know fucking anything, it's that if you're in America or in a developed country, it's that people want to spend their money. People will buy complete garbage if they feel like they're getting a good deal on it. I'm not saying make garbage. I'm saying we are consumers. We're brainwashed by commercials and Walmarts and, big businesses of the world to go out and spend our fucking paychecks on shit and buy things. That's what we do. We go to work and then we fucking buy stuff when we have money to fill the void, So what I'm saying is create a good product, all right? Now we're gonna get a little hippy dippy. So when you're creating your product, there's two things that are the most important to what you're doing, okay? So it's gonna be awareness and intent. So when you're making your product, you have to have an awareness about yourself, about what you're doing and why the market needs it. You have to be in the present moment and be like, okay, I am aware that I am serving a need. Oh, and just one more second, let me back up. When I say product, right? Don't think sunglasses and shoes. That's not what I'm fucking talking about. What I'm talking about is consulting, services. It could be sunglasses and shoes, actually. In fact, I'm about to launch a new clothing brand where I can put my graphic designs. It's like the easiest business model, but I just kind of want to do it. But when I say product, I mean services. I mean consulting. I mean anything that you can really do and scale. Okay, not just product, but I call it a product because we're gonna sell it like a product online. So after you have been aware and you understand, you know, what your product can do, what you're building it for and who you're building it for, then you have to build it with an intent. Okay, so the intent isn't gonna be money. It's not gonna be a money is just bullshit. Money doesn't do much. It's an outcome though, you know, and it's a perceived value, right? But if you're building a product with a positive intent, okay, then you can really focus on the outcome of what your customer is going to get with that intent instead of the monetary value. Like I said, you have to have a high ticket item, but you have to build it with an intent to solve a problem for people, to open up a door, you know, to change a paradigm that they have, or just to bring happiness. Because that's what most people buy for. You're either solving a problem, right? That's the easiest way to sell something, or you're giving them something they don't have, like joy or entertainment or, you know, happiness. So these are the things you have to think about when you're developing a product. So I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. So I already have a furniture and carving business, and we're fucking selling more than I've ever done online, and it's actually getting to be where we have to raise our prices, otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit. And then there's also drop shipping products, and the drop shipping model is awesome if you can do it, but the margins are super low. I highly recommend that you create your own profit, your own product, unless you can find affiliates that are also high ticket, so if you have a traffic advantage, then you can basically sell just about anything, and it could even be low margin and you'll be fine. Or if you have a good product advantage, then you can make even more money. But I highly recommend you create your own product. Some good ideas, these are actually people that I'm working with. One is a marriage counselor. I think you could do that. One is a cleaning service. I think anybody could start a cleaning service and then start making a lot of money, because again, the fastest path to cash isn't going to be easy necessarily, but you can start making a lot of money right away. I think consulting is the legitest fastest path to cash, because all you need is a phone number and a problem that you solve, and then you can start targeting them with your exact cost. That's what makes it a product, and exact fulfillment, which is going to be you consulting. But again, we're still like thinking about products that people can scale. When you're thinking of a product, you want it to be awesome and have great fulfillment potential, but you also want it to be something that someone else can do for you, that you can scale. That's where the evergreen tactics, that's my business, that's where, you know, the ability to start making lots of money comes from. So you create a system, right, that takes you from zero to profit, and you can probably do it the first few times, but then you want to think about, you know, is this something that a CEO would do? Is this something that an important person would think about? And then you can start scaling it from there and start having other people fulfill your products. And sorry, my dog's eating shit. But you want to have other people doing the work for you, so that you can think about how you're going to make your customers happy, and you can think about what your next project's going to be. So you have to think about these things, right? And you want to think about this ahead of time. You want to think about, okay, the fulfillment side of my product, how can I create it so that someone else can do the work for me and I can just, you know, have the profits, so I can live off, you know, 20% of what I'm doing. And then you can either raise the 100% of the product to make more money, or you can lower your own ways of living and you can have more money that way. So we're still talking about products. I'm really excited about all the things that you can do. I'll make a lot of videos, I think, on all the awesome tools, and they don't cost too much, you know, so get that out of your mind. You just got to pay for hosting. You make a website, right? You just have one page for your website, for the product, that you're gonna sell. And its sole purpose in life, that one page, is to sell your product, okay? And then you have to have your upsell. Like I told you, that's where a lot of your ROI is gonna come through. But if you can't figure out how to do an upsell right away, just then do it through email after they purchase the initial product, okay? So you got your product and you have your high ticket upsell. And now you just need to generate traffic. It's like if you have an awesome business in a mall where there's thousands of people walking by, that you're obviously gonna sell a lot of shit. And it's just like that with the internet. Old people are retired now, they don't have nothing to do except buy shit on the internet. Young people are always on the internet. It's just a good time to sell things online before marketers saturate every market and fuck it up for everybody. So 2020 is gonna be a great year to sell more online. You just have to have the value. You have to, when you're selling things, you want to, give people pain if they don't buy, and then raise the value of their product if they do buy. You understand those two metrics? So all your copy should be, if you don't buy this, you're fucked. And then if you do buy this, you're golden. And it's just that simple. Drop it. Drop it. Why do dogs eat shit? Anyways. So now we're gonna talk about traffic, okay? Now, the awesome thing about traffic is that it's become a lot easier. You can run Facebook ads, you can run Google ads, and these are all things that you can spend money, but you don't have to. You can also do SEO, which is what I do. And I have an awesome way to fucking create a pop-up, and you do SEO for massive amounts of traffic, and you do it the right way, and then you just have a pop-up where you capture emails and then you sell it all to them that way. And it's fucking intense. It makes money for you while you sleep. Don't have to do anything anymore. You have somebody fulfilling how your product's gonna be done, and you have traffic coming to your website without you doing anything, and that's an evergreen business. But like I said, if you wanna start making the fastest money possible, you create a good product with awareness and intent on how it's gonna help people, and then you create a high-end product where you're gonna make a lot of fucking money, because if you just sell one of those, right, 1%, you'll make $2,000 to $5,000, $10,000, okay? And then you start generating traffic though. Like I said, you can do Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Pinterest, all these things. And you don't have to do ads, you can just do organic. And that's a real good sign of your product. If your product can be sold by just posting it on Facebook without running ads, then you're golden. You have a great way to scale your business. So at least, send it to at least 5,000 people. And if you sell one without paying for any traffic, you're good, because then you can start scaling. So that's it. Products and traffic. It's not rocket science. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to fucking create these elaborate, crazy fucking funnels, but you can. It is all about kind of funnels and traffic on one level, but the funnels just sell the products. And I'm not trying to fucking teach you stuff to become like everyone else. I'm trying to teach you how to fucking win, right? How to fucking dominate your new business idea, your new venture you're gonna start. So start thinking of services that other people can fulfill for you, right? And then subscribe and check out my videos on how to get traffic. And that's it. And then you just figure out, how much does it cost for me to sell one product? And then you figure out the lifetime value of a customer. And once you figure out the lifetime value, because you might not make all your money right away, but you have to have a infinite mindset that says, okay, if I sell them this product and I make my ad spend back, and then I create a connection, a conversation with this person, and then I pitch them, I don't really like the word pitch, and then you just tell them about your other products. And then maybe in 3 months, they buy your high ticket product because they love your stuff. Then you're gold. You make fucking customer lifetime value, $2,000 this year. Next year, $10,000, $20,000 after that, because they tell their friends, And then once you figure that out, you just super hyper focus on your funnel, okay? You focus on how your product can be delivered better, how your customer can experience your product better, and how you can get more traffic to that, and how you can get higher end traffic, because when you're trying to focus on your traffic, you don't want to make it for the everyday putts, you really want to focus on building your traffic for them whales, the ones that are going to come through and just buy everything and spend all their money with you. And that's what you want to focus on. You don't want to just focus on garbage traffic. You want to focus on the big motherfuckers out there that are going to change your life. And you build the whole funnel simply focusing on your ideal high-end customer. And then yes, you sell other little stuff to get people in the door, but you even sell them to get in the door with the intent of going after the big fish, the fucking big hunt, the big kahunas. And then you just build from there, and you create more products that are in line with your other products, or you start brand new niches, which is fine. But once you start doing this for one thing, you can scale it. But what people aren't doing right now is they're not hyper focused on their funnels. They're not hyper focused on their products and traffic. They create something, they throw it out there, it starts selling, and then they give up. They don't fucking go back, or they don't give up, but they keep selling it, which is fine. But what really separates you from the rest, and what's going to take the momentum of 2020, where it's still a good market, is by creating an all-around incredible experience for your customers. That's what's going to separate you from the rest. Like I said, there's lots of drop shippers, and there's lots of fucking education stuff, and lots of social media marketers. But if you actually create a incredible experience for your customer, that's going to separate you from all of them, because they're doing half-ass work, right? Like I said, I want you to win. So the way that you win is you don't do half-ass shit. You go all in on an incredible product and a great way to make traffic, okay? Like, you figure out where the big kahunas are hanging out online, or where they could be just to see your product. Again, thinking of it as traffic and not as Facebook ads and marketing and Google ads and SEO. Like, fuck all that. Just figure out where your customers might be. Like, I'm an SEO, but I've recently discovered that there's lots of fucking business on Bing, like an untapped market for some of the stuff that I sell, because everyone's so caught up monkey see, monkey do. So you can be creative, and you can create your own blue ocean. And you do that by narrowing down the perfect product for you, something that you enjoy doing, and something that you can teach someone else to do. Okay? Because then you can start just focusing on the traffic. You get more traffic, you get more employees, you make more money, and you scale to the moon, And you also want to keep it as simple as possible. In a lot of cases, you just fucking create one product, one form of traffic that fucking makes you money, where you make a profit, and then you just double down on that, and you make it even better, and you focus in on that funnel, and you see how you can make your product even better, and then you just upgrade and get better and better and better. And again, when I say product, you got to think outside the box. I'm not just talking like sunglasses and shit. I'm thinking like, so there's a lot of services. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you this. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of done for you services, because I want to educate people with courses, and then I want to sell them done for you services so that they can really thrive and they can become, the king of the mountain and be the best business that they can. So some really cool done for you services though that I've been talking to people about. There's always going to be programmers that know how to program things and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be a really cool done for you service that's just going to blow up. But I feel like every niche is going to have their own app and their own program pretty soon. But then other cool ones that I've been talking to people about is this guy. He will call your bill collectors and he'll negotiate to make your bills lower. I think that's such a cool business that anyone can really do. I mean, you have to get approved to talk to the bill collectors first from the person, but you could be at your house calling fucking people's bill collectors and negotiating lower prices, and whenever you negotiate a much lower price, you get paid. Again, the cleaning service, I think that's huge. Lawn care. These are all services that you can start right now and start making money. So you make one page with one fucking product. You say, I'll mow your fucking lawn for $100. You figure out it costs $20 to get one person to jump in You discover the traffic of your town who has lawns, and then you're fucking gold, and then you find somebody else to mow all the fucking lawns, you know? It's not that complicated. So keep it simple. Have a product, have traffic, and have a way for someone else to fulfill it for you. You know, you do it for a while, but while you're doing it, you write down your SOPs and you figure out how you can train people faster and better and make this funnel more appreciative, and have employees that want to make money too, then don't have to do all heavy thinking or heavy lifting. So that's the fastest path to cash in 2020. Subscribe, like my shit, take it easy. Peace. Have a good holiday.